Hello everybody, welcome to another video, and this time we're gonna do a quick review on the movie Joy. I don't know if anybody has seen that movie Joy, but let me just get right into it. So basically, you got Jennifer Lawrence, ensemble cast, basically Jennifer Lawrence, Robert De Niro, you know what I'm saying, like ensemble cast. And let me just jump right into it. So the movie starts with basically um there's this girl named Joy Mangano. I believe it's Mangano. I believe it's the last name. Not 100% sure how you pronounce that. And basically, I guess she's a little, people that be tinkering with things. As a little kid, she just be, tinkering with, making stuffed drawings, and making different things with stuffed animals and whatnot. Just, what I'm saying, the creative type, I guess. And that's what the movie starts off with. And it starts off with her father and her mother, I guess, arguing over something. And I guess they're going through a divorce and they're splitting the kids, and she's upset. And then it jumps to her grandma, basically explaining, you know what, you're a very smart girl. You're going to do great things with your life. I believe in you. And, just kind of a belief cliche. After that conversation, it jumps to her. I guess it never really says what age she's in. I think if I remember, I think she's in her late 20s, early 30s, I believe. Because yeah, so jumps to then, and man, this poor girl, man, she got married to her husband. Then after that, they had a kid, and then it just wasn't working out. The guy was just being lazy, at least in the movie. This is a movie review. The guy was just being lazy, and he just wasn't working, and he was going through that whole facade of, I'm a musician, and I want to follow my passion and whatnot. And what I'm saying, so his passion wasn't paying the bills. At the end of the day, it is what it is. And basically, so that that marriage obviously went down the drain, because now she had that kid and it just wasn't working out. She's over here working, he's not even working, he's a bum. So they get divorced, and then from there, her life just kind of spirals down. She falls to depression, and then she's just working hard, trying to make ends meet. Got the whole family living under her roof, under the house. And basically, she's got the daughter, and to make things worse, she has a half sister that's just total bitch, total negative sister, always putting her down, being annoying. And that never helps when when your family never supports you. It just makes things worse. The only person that supported her was her grandma at the time, or throughout the whole movie, but later on I'll explain the movie. So anyway, so that goes all to shit. And then before you know it, so it cuts to the scene to where basically she is, I guess she's her father actually meets a new wife. And oh yeah, and by the way, her mom, the ex-wife, they all live with her. The whole family lives with Joy in the house. And you got the sister, you got the ex-husband, you got the kids, you got the grandma, and you got the ex-wife, the mom, and the father. They all live under the same roof, and the ex-husband. Everybody lives under the same roof. But anyway, so it cuts to her father. Basically, I guess her father meets somebody, some new girl online, some new lady. They hit it off, whatever. They go on a date and whatever. They hit it off, and she invites everybody to her yacht because I guess she has a lot of money. She inherited a lot of money from her ex-husband that died before her. So, obviously, she got some money from that. They end up going on a boat, on a yacht, whatever you call it, whatever they want to call it. And basically, they end up drinking some wine, drinking some red wine. And I guess the boat hits a heavy wave and it breaks. And Joy, I guess she feels bad, or I don't know, the movie never explains it, and cleans the wine. And for some reason, she tries to pick up the glass with the mop. You should sweep the glass first and then mop. She tries to pick up the glass with the mop and like mop everything at once with everything. Well, obviously, she cuts her hands, and she's like, oh no, whatever. Good thing for her, because it actually brings a revelation. And she was like, oh my God, I can do this better. I can make a new mop. I can make something different, make something better. And boom, she goes to work writing on it, invents the new invention. And she persuades her father's new girlfriend to invest in the invention. And she does. They end up taking, she ends up taking, I believe it's $50,000. I believe it's like $50,000. I would have to recap on that. I can't remember exactly how much money she gave her up front, but she did invest. And later, they make the mops, they pay for everybody, but now she has to sell them. And that's just hard, bro. So she does what she can. She goes to the neighborhood knick-knack store, and she tries to sell them on the street, and she tries to again, and just no luck. So now she's in debt. Everything's falling down. The whole world is falling down on her, and everything's just going to shit, basically. Lucky for her, her ex-husband, actually, which they've stayed in contact because of the kid and everything. The ex-husband lives also at the house. Lucky for her ex-husband, she has a really good ex-husband, and her ex-husband, they get along great, and he is such a great guy. And he sets up a meeting with a QVC, the CEO of QVC at the time, and basically they end up putting the mop on display at QVC. And the first round of go, some guy doesn't even know how to use it, and they just cut him off because the guy is stupid. And in my opinion, it was just dumb. And she goes back disappointed. Hey man, I'm not giving up. This is bullshit. You can't do this to me. We're doing this again. And she ends up getting on TV, selling them up. And man, does she sell the hell of the mop. She sells it. It goes, and it just sells in the millions, in the tens of millions. $20 a mop. Do the math. And she sells them up for $20 a pop. And that just goes berserk, man. Her life changes within a few minutes. And the movie scene, for some reason, is like in Christmas time, I guess. I don't know. Because it fast forward to Christmas time, and she's just selling. And then bad luck, misfortune hits. Her grandma dies, and that just kind of fucks everything up. She goes through depression. She doesn't know what to do. And to make matters worse, at the funeral, her father tells her that, and this is all after her success. To make matters worse, her father tells her that the manufacturer that's manufacturing the mops are increasing the prices. Well, that's not a good thing, because she has a contract with QVC and she can't increase her price. So now she's going to lose money. So to make matters even worse, her stepsister, which she doesn't like, goes and tries to negotiate on their behalf, and she just fucks everything up. I can't remember the details of the negotiation that they say, but basically she ends up paying the debt, which leaves her sister without any money, because she took it out of the account of her sisters, I guess, out of the company account or whatever. And now her sister doesn't have any money. She's in more debt, but the other debt is paid off. And the sister negotiated an increase in price. That just horrible negotiation. Her sister doesn't even know what she's doing. Of course, everybody's mad. Joy is mad. Everybody is just like, what the fuck? So basically, she ends up having to go to where the manufacturing site is and talk to the guy himself. And they try to negotiate, but it doesn't go the way she goes. And I guess she ends up lying and going to the bathroom and sneaking out of the factory and sneaking into the sneaking out of the office, and sneaking back into the main factory. And it shows in the movie that they actually ended up stealing the patent, because they ended up had a patent pending on the design. Well, that's just straight up stealing everything. So now she has to fight it in court. Again, she's in debt, she has no money, and everything's just going to hell. So now everything comes down on her. She has no money. She can't fight the legal fees. You know, you have to remember the other guys, they got money. So she ends up filing for bankruptcy, ends up selling the house, ends up bankrupt, basically, no money. And she has a mental breakdown in front of the whole family, and everybody's like, I'm sorry, and just horrible situation. But I guess after having the mental breakdown, it cuts to a next scene where basically she's going through the paperwork. So I guess she's determined, and she never gives up. And, you know, and that kind of like that, that last fuck it moment. You know what I'm saying? I would best explain it as, well, fuck it, got nothing to lose. Try everything out. So she ends up reading the contract. She ends up going through the contract, and she finds a loophole in the contract. But the way she does it is she was smart enough, very, very smart individual, Joy Mangano. She was smart enough to leave it out of court. She took it out of court. She did not even file a lawsuit. She didn't file any court proceedings, nothing. She made a personal meeting at a random hotel room to meet the head guy of the manufacturing site, the owner. And they meet in some random motel room, and they negotiate. And to find out that the loophole that they found was that, I guess, I don't know how true this is. Again, this is Hollywood movie, but you know, it was an entertaining movie. He was stealing from her all along. You know, he put a legal team saying that he was supposed to be paid royalties on the mop, but that was wrong, because I guess in his eyes, the mops, he had another brand of mop that was similar to hers, which it really wasn't. And so I guess this guy had been stealing from her this whole time. You know, it's kind of stealing cliche or whatever. And basically at the end of the day, she threatens to file a lawsuit. And this guy, honestly, total bitch, panics and is like, oh, it's going to look bad on me. It's going to look bad on the company. We're going to lose sales, whatever. And they end up negotiating money. And at the end, so at this time, I believe she is in almost $400,000 in debt. Joy Mangano, Jennifer Lawrence's character. And I'm surprised she didn't, at least in the movie, I'm surprised she didn't negotiate more. They ended up negotiating, I believe it's $50,000 plus interest on the $50K. But she also got back the royalties. She got full royalty on the mops being sold. So I guess she believed in her product. She believed that it was going to sell even more mops. And that, I guess that's what ultimately got her the deal. And she was correct in the end anyways. So she got, you know, they signed the contract. They do everything they do right, just plain contract right in the motel room. And you see her kind of, they do that walking off like, yeah, I'm a badass, you know, cliche type deal. And basically she ends up walking, and then it cuts to the next scene where the movie doesn't explain how many years have passed or how much time has passed, but it cuts to the scene where she's rich. She has a big mansion. Everybody still lives with her. Everybody's there. And it shows them, and it fast forward to her actually becoming what we know nowadays as a shark. You know, she was the first, her own Shark Tank, basically, scenery happened right at her own house, in her own home. And that was her office. And she just, and like, she, since she was an inventor, she liked other inventors, and she would just have meetings with random inventors. That's what it shows in the movie. She had a meeting with, I believe, two inventors in the movie, and she would just invest and take royalties or take a percentage of the company, like we know nowadays how stuff works. I believe she pioneered that type of essence. She pioneered that type of, at least publicly. I mean, I'm pretty sure people have been doing it forever, but publicly she pioneered how you can, the way you do it, you invest, you get equity, and you just keep growing. She pioneered that, I believe. And basically that's how it ends, man. Like, she's making a lot of money, she's helping other people, becomes her own shark, just like Shark Tank. And it fast forwards to her, everybody's happy, and then it cuts, and then it goes to her, it goes back to the walking cliche on basically her looking up and be like, oh my god, I made it, just kind of her looking up at the sky. And then it just cuts pitch black, and then it plays a song, and I can't remember what the song is called, but it's a good song. And yeah, guys, there you have it, man. Great movie, great movie. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these are the movies that I like. These are the types of movies about successful people against all odds, and we truly live in the land of opportunity in America. And that's all we got for you today. So thanks everybody for watching. Share, subscribe to the channel, please. Subscribe, share everything you got here, and I will see you in the next vlog. Thank you guys very much.